Hello. I told y'all I'll be back. I had to get my thoughts together. Sometimes, y'all, when y'all do these lives and stuff and you get so passionate about certain things that you go off the deep end. Okay. I will go off the deep end. Anybody that is an old subscriber and also new subscribers, I go off the deep end quite often. But it's okay. It's okay. That's what makes me who I am. Okay. Wouldn't be Elizabeth if she didn't go like off the deep end sometimes. But y'all, let me just ask a crazy question. Is it better to have anybody than out instead of having just suffer with that one person you want to be with? Y'all, I be thinking that like that's been deep in my like spirit right now. Um, when you at a certain age, dating is very scarce and it's a scary vibe that you're no longer the it girl. Like now some people could be the it mama, but but then something tells me that sometimes people compete with, even when they're married, they're solid with somebody, they still competing. But there's some things I refuse to compete with. I refuse to compete with a dimbat, a woman that knows that he's taken, and also just to get by. I refuse to compete in that nature. And sometimes I'll be like thinking of like talking to my single friends, and I was like, why these guys don't act right? Why are they coming to us? And they're not. I'm starting to realize most men are not ready for us. When we get in a certain age group, most men are not ready for us. I mean, we're steady and we got our own mind. They're not ready for us. Um, I should have got them when I was in my 20s when didn't have the patience for nonsense, you know. I was quick to like leave and not have any emotions. Like now I'm doing this and I'm like, gosh, am I the problem? Necessarily, probably so, but sometimes you just sit back and you think about like, I supposed to be married by now or whatever the case is. But I'm just looking back and like, do you have to put up with this? Like now I'm thinking about like, and only reason why I'm saying this is because like I'm listening to like recently I had to stop listening to like Libretta and her trying to have a campaign for who Mr. Williams was in love with and who he wasn't in love with, who was the side pieces, the gutter broads, the cum buckets. I just had to realize that, you know, there's some standards that I need to, stand strong about. It's very lonely being single and going back into that dating field and trusting and learning. It's hard. It is 100% hard. So sometimes we'll sit back and we laugh at people that make silly dating mistakes. We laugh at that. And sometimes I'm like looking at it like, is this person afraid of being lonely? They'll settle for anything. Um, I think I'm at that state now that I'm extremely scared of being lonely. Like, I work a lot. So I had got an offer to go out of town like during a weekday. And I was like, boy, this is not this is not real life. Like but then I think about it like when I got that offer, I'm like that's the reason why I'm single. Okay, you say you don't want to be single, but now this person is offering you a getaway for like a day and like, no, I gotta go to work. That's not right. That's not a good time for me. And now I'm like, I'm stopped taking risks, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own, y'all. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of my thumbnail. So, y'all, I was so utterly disgusted when I saw Diamond discuss her children in the school problem. Like, she didn't realize what she was saying. That's the sad part about it. Diamond didn't realize what she was saying and how she was saying it. But what she said was truth. When she said, "What do the school want me to do about it?" They needed to put something in place for my kids when they didn't have any medication. Now, I understand pharmacy cuts up quite often. They forget to purchase certain things, and it's okay. But that is what you could do is shop around, Diamond. That one pharmacy you can shop around. Like you can say, hey, can you see if this place got one available? Can you see if they have this medication in stock? There's plenty of options for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Your kids don't have to just go without medication. Like you're not drug hopping. You're not buying they're not giving you extra doses if you go to one pharmacy. See, that's the beauty of my farm where I'm going. Like with my insurance, I have like 9 pharmacies, but that prescription can only get filled one time, if that makes sense. So I got 7 pharmacy on my account for my doctor. So, for example, there was 7 like Walgreens. There's like 7 Walgreens in town, and I typically put like different Walgreens that I can say, hey, can you see if they have it on stock at any of these have it available at any of these pharmacies, and they will do it for you, right? So, Diamond, what is the truest reason why you don't have your kids' um, medication available? I'm trying to figure that shit out. Because are you overdosing now? Because to me, it seems like you're you're trying to get them out of your hair during the day, and the school should be able to deal with them. I'm trying to understand that logic. Like your medication at home is because I don't want to deal with them. Instead of just giving the medication to school, because you say you have some at the house and they get it at the house, but what do you want me to do about it? Diamond, be a fucking parent. You had those kids. Those kids didn't have you. Be a fucking parent. The sad reality is, I'm sorry, y'all. The people, the people will come on here and give you so many great advice on what to do, and your ass will just pass by. I'm sorry. Your kids are old enough. If they're in 10 and 7, 8, they're old enough to know good and well behaved, what it looked like. Your kids should be able to function, to be able to not to sleep in class. They should be able to. Y'all gotta understand, these kids, they can stay up wee hours of the night to play a video game and turn around and pop up that y'all. I'm only talking for experience. My son will pop up and turn on the his computer and start playing with it until he falls asleep again. They can stay awake for school. My thing is, your kids have to suffer because you want this fucking YouTube content. You want this YouTube big bag. It's crazy. Nothing's wrong with your kids. Your kids just cut up just for kicks and giggles. And I'm sorry to say, I really think that you're holding them back so you can get a check. Y'all, and I'm being honest with y'all. I don't know if y'all was in my live earlier when I talked about my baby, and I told everybody that who knows him, he cut up, and y'all, he don't talk. But he talked that day when I beat his shadow with the belt, y'all. Mama! Now, I heard him say no, go, but never have I heard him say a full sentence. And then he started doing this bye, 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 bye mess. I'm like, you're not a baby, right? The one thing we don't want is we can be in denial. And we will try our best to coach our children so nobody don't think there's something wrong with them. But this hoe right here, she's okay with it. She's okay with just telling the people, hey, that's your problem. I told my kids, I am not going to jail for you. You know what? I am a big believer of leaving kids home from school. I am. I'm a big believer that my kids, when they have like standardized tests, I ask them prior to that test, do y'all want to go to school today? Y'all need a day off. Because real moms know the stress of schools. Something is not right, Diamond, if your kid's always having problems. You might as well go ahead and give the state your children. You ain't going to do nothing good with them. And y'all were like, how in the world you said that about a mother and she's homeless? I'm sorry. Her homeless problem been there. The mindset been there. When she did those videos of her daughter and they found out she had diagnosis, she was crying. She was mentally happy inside. When she talked about her child in a way of, I don't know what's wrong with her. She needs therapy. You can't see trauma when you see it. You don't think this move, this homelessness, is affecting them. That's the selfishness of these YouTubers. They rather have a quick dollar, a quick 1,000 people watching you. And you don't even have the common sense to love your children enough when they just say, Mom, I need this. There's so many YouTubers. Y'all, I had to stop because I did that too. Y'all, I'll be in there talking to my son, be trying to talk to me. I'm like, yo, what do you want? You didn't want nothing before. I felt so bad when I saw his head go down. Y'all, do y'all hear me? I don't do lives with my kids around. Because whatever mentally that comes in their head, it's important to them. Nothing on this YouTube is important. My comment section is not important. You doing a video and your kids are saying, Mom, 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 Mom. Don't you see me doing a video? Did you really have to say that? All you had to do was stop the video and continue to listen to your child. That's the reason why they fucking acting up. That's the reason why they fucking can't stay awake at night. That's the reason why they have certain cravings. That's the reason why they feel like they need to pee on themselves to get through the day so their mama might come and take them from school so they can just have one-on-one time. Yes, who doesn't want a break from their children? But they are more important than us. And if you can't see that, Diamond, go ahead, pack their stuff up. The state might not want it. They might even charge you child support, but it's cheaper, and you can save a child's whole existence if you do that. Go ahead. It's okay. You ain't going to be the first, and you won't be the last to give your child away, your children away. Because y'all, I'm being honest. What I'm looking at is nothing good. I see a woman that's more concerned about how the internet is treating her bae than or what the students, the teachers are doing to her children. You know, and I'm about to get off of here, y'all. You know, the school is full of predators. Y'all, just hear me out before I say this, because this is very important. So parents need to hear this. The school system is full of all it takes is your child have to keep on going to the principal's office, keep on have to go and get something. They always interrupting the class. They're always doing something. So what this is breaking down to, and this is true stories, and and it is not really personal true stories to me, but this is how it goes down. Somebody, a predator, seeing that you don't fucking care, so that child don't have a voice. That child knows that this child he can manipulate or she can manipulate to do what she wants. Y'all don't believe me? Just look at teacher sex offenders, women and men, and look at probably go back and look at the backstory of that child. I always tell my kids, don't accept anything from anybody. And if my child has a problem, you know who's going to be there. Care if I lose work wages, I don't care if I lose a day, I don't care if I lose a job. Guess who's going to be there? Because I don't want my child coming across thinking that his predator, that person that's hunting him, is sitting there looking at him, trying to devour him or her because I'm not in the picture. I come on here and say, that's the school problem. I don't know why you calling me. You get them from this time to this time. It starts slow. It don't start fast. It starts with Mr. Johnson. Hey, Mr. Johnson. I'm just saying it. No, no, no pun. Y'all. Don't come from my name is Johnson. Then slowly he cuts up. The child knows now that Mr. Johnson is cool. So now he knows that he can cut up and Mr. Johnson will take him. But slowly, Mr. Johnson starts shedding that sheep clothing and start attacking your child. Think about that, Diamond. You don't think about nothing else. Think about who can devour my child, help my child lose innocence. That's where it starts. Now, I'm not saying all schools are like that, but y'all have to understand these people know how to get these innocent children. It's not best friends, it's not a stranger. That's where it comes from. And you came on here completely out of order. A mother with four kids, and all your kids have some type of learning disability or behavior problem. Now, I don't know about the baby, so I'm gonna say three. You guys will do better. Not just her. Can y'all imagine Nika? Nika said the kids miss the bus, y'all. And my kids miss the bus quite often. So it's not a thing but a chicken wing to me, okay? Can you imagine the children that got a Mr. Johnson or Miss Sandy and they know they can cut up and they got him? Gosh knows what they're doing. They thinking they're having a life. I don't know. These are not the times of our grandparents. Okay? Back in those days, everybody whipped everybody's ass. Okay? You blink too fucking loud. You got what is that? A strike on your hand. They didn't play. Back in my grandparents' days, my mama said, your teacher will whip you, and then they'll call your mama will whip you, and your mama will have to wait for your daddy to whip you. They don't have those people like that now. Kids have more respect. You don't even have respect for the school district to even come up there to take care of your children. What the fuck you think those kids think of that school district? They don't feel like they don't have to respect it. My mama not coming. She don't care. Go, girl, go ahead. They probably be in better hands in somebody else's care than yours. I guess what? There's a high chance that those kids might get out of those medications. You know that? They might be functional without it. You know that? That's scary, ain't it? That's scary. You spent their whole fucking childhood trying to keep them on medication. And their ass probably just didn't need it. They just needed what somebody say? You don't need melatonin for kids nowadays. They need a belly full, booty wash, and just a clean environment when they go to bed. Just a little bit of love and attention. Diamond, you're not giving that to your children. And they're going to school looking for it somewhere else. Scary, ain't it? I broke that down in 22 minutes. While you had a 4-minute rant, talking about the school need to do ABC. I love my kids. I love my kids. Temporary. You only love them when you can throw baby in it. Y'all, I'm very selfish. I don't know how I have kids because I just like to act. I didn't like the kid part. I didn't like the pregnancy. I didn't like none of that. I just like the egg. The egg was fun. Okay. But when I had my first daughter, I never thought I would turn into a mama bear. Never. Now I might not cook every night, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm like, y'all. I'm serious. Like I be in the grocery store, y'all, thinking about buying banquets. Y'all, please excuse me. I do. I'll be like, this Salisbury. I used to eat this back in the day. My kids can't eat this. I'm thinking about buying hamburger helper, making 2 of them, making 2 boxes, doubling out the ground beef so I at least know they have leftovers one day. But I try. I'm not the perfect mother, Diamond. Not by far. I think I get perfect after I have my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? That's when you become perfect with parenting. I hope everybody knows that secret. You become perfect when you have grandkids. I don't care what anybody says. If we have grandkids and we did something right, okay? When I have grandkids, I did something right. Even if my kids don't raise them the way I raised them, they raise them better, good. I did that. But you have you have to grow up. I don't know what damn lane you took, what turn you took, but this shit ain't lollipops and was it pop was it pick six? You living off of sugar in a reality. Children don't work that way. Sorry. They're there for education. They're not at daycare. They're there for education. Now this can hinders the problem. You take them out of school and then you send them to daycare. That I can see that. That's your problem. Now I'm paying you, but you're not paying the school district. Not even with your tax money. But y'all, I'm about to get off of here. And y'all have a lovely day. I probably won't see none of y'all back today because y'all, I have to work. I have homework. And I cooked dinner last night, so my kids have a little bit of option. Like I made two steaks. I made mashed potatoes and gravy. I made broccoli and mac and cheese because I know that my boys don't like mashed potatoes. So my daughter she likes mashed potatoes, so I didn't have to cook that much. But at the end of the day, do right by your children, y'all. That's the only thing that you have left on this earth. I'm sorry. You can have money, you can have so much, but if you don't have children that can show where the apple fall from, where they fall from, what tree they fall from, it don't mean nothing, y'all. So I talk to y'all later, and y'all have a lovely evening, because I get ready to go. Okay, I gotta go to work. Yes. There I go again, being a bad parent. Bye.